Inflation, in my view, may not go away so quickly, okay? And so you might go into next year, 2026, where it starts ticking up a little bit like it did in the 70s. Because, the Fed always says it's data dependent. Well, of course they have to be data dependent. Can you imagine them saying, we don't care what the data says? But the short-term data is deceptive. And so when you say dependent, I think we overreact to short-term data. But there's also future data. Doesn't exist yet, but you can predict it. Like huge fiscal spending, the remilitarization of the world, which is inflationary, demographics is inflationary, the green economy is inflationary, the restructuring of trade is inflationary. So I see a lot of inflationary things in front of us. They haven't all happened yet, but they're going to happen, and I think they will probably have an inflationary effect. So in the back of my mind, we're prepared for that. I don't think it's a big deal if it's 3.5%, the 10-year bond goes to 5 or 5.5. I think it becomes a big deal if it goes much more than that, and people are caught off guard and credit spreads start to gap out. And it's only a really big deal if we have stagflation, i.e. a recession with inflation. And I would not rule that out. I'm not talking about next year. I'm not making a forecast. But in terms of managing our exposures, all of us, I'd be thinking about that a little bit too.